Hello there, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by for your tarot video forecast for the week of March 20, what is it? 21st through the 27th. What you guys have coming up for Monday is you have the Ace of Clubs in reverse. The Ace of Clubs in reverse is just telling me that there's something entering your life Monday that you're not feeling really excited or gung-ho about having in your life. So this could be some kind of chore, some kind of task that you have to do. This could be some person that you're just not really thrilled about that comes into your life. But there's just something that shows up that you're just kind of like, just not feeling it. Now, the other way that this can be coming through for some of you Geminis as well is this can be that you are actually inspiring somebody around you. And I feel like this inspiration can be happening just by you doing your everyday life. I don't think you're actually trying to inspire somebody. I don't think you're talking to them or trying to tell them things, but just living an everyday life. And the way you live your everyday life inspires other people. So, coming in one of two ways. If you're not feeling like, oh gosh, why me? Why do I have to deal with this? Then just know that you are probably inspiring somebody. I don't think you're going to know who this is right away that you're inspiring. It'll be a few days, maybe even a few weeks before you actually hear who that is. Now, on Tuesday, Gemini, what you have coming up is the Knight of Clubs in reverse. Wow, Ace of Clubs and Knight of Clubs both in reverse. Knight of Clubs just tells me that you were taking some kind of action that you're not really, that's not using any creative juices. It's something that you can do on autopilot. And so it feels like uh, it's just not as fun as it could be. You're not feeling inspired about doing it. It's just something that has to be done. Now, Wednesday, what we have coming up is we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse just tells me that you are looking back at the past on Wednesday. And this is the kind of looking back at the past where you're looking for, okay, what lessons are there? What should I have learned from that experience? And at the same time, you're kind of going, whew, I'm glad I'm not living back then anymore. Okay, so let's look at Thursday, Gemini. Thursday, what you have coming up here is the Nine of Coins. And the Nine of Coins is just telling me that on Thursday, you're looking around at your lifestyle and you're realizing that you have built for yourself a pretty respectable lifestyle and way of living. And so, of course, we all have those things that we want to change, modify, improve on. We would be dead if we ran out of that stuff. It's always there. But overall, feeling pretty satisfied with what you've done with what you've been given in your life. Okay, so let's move on to Friday. Friday, what we have coming up is the Temperance card for Gemini. The Temperance card really talks about balance, 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 balance. So this is telling me that you're having a really nicely balanced day. Whenever I see this card, to me, there's so many ways that balance can come in. This can actually be balance as in literally balancing the checkbook. It's kind of an old saying. I don't know that anybody has checkbooks anymore, but it just means that you're operating in the black and not in the red. This can also be talking about balancing of your time so that you have time with family, you have time for your obligations. You don't have to cut out one and sacrifice it for the other one. This can also be balance in a relationship. This can be working things out so that things are pretty much even for both people. Of course, you're never going to be exactly at 50-50 when you've got two humans working together, but still, for the most part, balanced. So there's different ways that this can manifest, and I have a feeling that for you Geminis, it will be manifesting in different ways for each of you. But basically, what you're looking for on Friday is a sense or a feeling of balance in an area of life that maybe hasn't felt completely balanced lately. Okay, so on Saturday, what you guys have coming up is the Justice card in reverse. Justice card in reverse means that things are not going fair. It's pretty self-explanatory, basically. If you would happen to have a court case on Saturday, I don't know that many people would, but if you would happen to, you would not expect that outcome to be one that you actually deserved. So if you deserved to be punished out of this court case, then you could expect to get off scot-free or to get off with a much lighter punishment than what you were expecting. If you went to this court case expecting to be paid a certain amount of money, you could expect that that also is not going to happen. So it is just whatever, it's not fair. Whatever is coming out is not a fair decision. Now, this doesn't have to be about court cases. Obviously, Saturday, I don't know how many people are going to court on Saturday. This can also be about being judged within the family. Maybe a parent is judging you or a sibling is judging you. And so this is making an unfair judgment about you, okay? This could also be something coming up at work, same thing, where maybe the person didn't gather all the information and so the judgment that they made is unfair and it regards you. There's one other way that I've seen this card come up for people in a spread, and this has to do with relationships. And when I see the Justice card come in a relationship, what that means is that there was a relationship that was very unbalanced, and just realizing with the Temperance card, everything seeming balanced on Friday, and then the Justice card in reverse, this very well could be talking, both of these could be talking about relationship. Not in the relationship on Friday. Things are seeming balanced. You're kind of getting your life back the way you would like to have it. But then Saturday, I see you getting back together with this person. And with Justice in reverse, this could be coming back together. This is usually coming back together with somebody who does not really put anywhere near as much effort or energy into the relationship as you do. So coming back together with them is not justice. It's putting a heavy load on yourself. So I've seen that play out that way as well. So there's a bunch of different ways that that Justice in reverse can play out for you, Geminis. I wouldn't expect that you're all going to have the relationship side of it. I wouldn't expect that you're all going to have, you know, the unfair judgment side of it, whether it's at work or at home or at school or whatever, at court. I think it's going to play out a lot of different ways for different ones of you, but basically something's happening that involves you that is not fair. The outcome is not fair of that. All right, so let's move on to Sunday. What you have here is the Five of Cups in reverse. And the Five of Cups in reverse is telling me that, wow. Okay, Five of Cups in reverse is basically, I feel like that's tied into our Justice in reverse, especially if this applies for you as a relationship situation, and especially if this Temperance card applied to you in a relationship situation, like you were starting to get your life back under control and back into balance, and then this person who was the dragger downer came back into your life. Well, now you've got the Five of Cups in reverse, then this would be, for those of you that both of those cards apply as relationship, this card is going to be coming up as saying where you had switched priorities because this other person in the relationship had disappointed you, and so now you were putting your priorities in other areas of your life, maybe into other potential relationships even, and now you've taken those priorities and you've put them all back so that now you're making this person more of a priority again, even though he disappointed you or she disappointed you before. So now it doesn't have to be a relationship card. That's just if those last two apply to you as relationship, then I see this one as being just a part of the set, a continuation of the story. But this does not, like I said, it doesn't have to be about relationship. If those other two cards really don't have anything to do with relationship for you, then the Five of Cups in reverse is just saying that there was something that did disappoint you, and it disappointed you enough that you had switched around your priorities about where you wanted to spend your time, your energy, your money, any of your resources, and now what you're doing is whatever that was that disappointed you, you're shifting your priority back over to that thing again anyway. So it may be that you realize that that disappointment was just some kind of miscommunication. Really everything was okay, it just didn't seem okay at the time, or you may have some other reason to believe that that type of disappointment is not going to happen for you again with that particular situation. But I do see you taking your priorities and putting them back the way they were before you adjusted them from the disappointment. Okay? So that is your week, Gemini. Everybody, please remember this is a general reading, so not everything that I say is going to apply to every single Gemini. Also, please remember you do have free will. So if there were things that came up here that you don't really want to be manifest in your life, you can make different decisions and use different behaviors to bring in something different in your life from what I see if it resonated with you. I mean, some of it's not even going to apply because it can't all apply to everybody. But whatever resonated with you probably is going to apply. If something resonated that you didn't like, you have free will. You can change that. And that's kind of the beauty to me of having these readings ahead of time to look at, because then if we recognize energy coming in that we're not so thrilled about, we can just nip that right in the bud should we choose to. All right, so anyway, Geminis, that is your week. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all your support. Everyone have an absolutely fantastic week. I'll see you back here the next time. Peace out.